Welcome to the Getting Started video part 2. We have a few more topics to cover. Once you've adjusted any of the settings you need to, we're ready to upload the base map to the unit and get connected for the first time. In Preferences, there's a Serial section where you need to input your NepTune software key for your RTP. If you have a daemon, you should have received this key in an email on your order status. Highlight and copy that number. Also make sure there's no extra characters like spaces included in that copy. You can also retrieve your number from your order status on the online store. Simply log in, go to My Account, and you'll have a view of your recent orders. Click View and it'll show you the products and the update, including the software key. Once you have your key, go ahead back to NepTune, hit the plus button in the Preferences, double click, delete where it says Serial, and paste in your serial number. It'll always start with E7 if you have a daemon, or 07 if you have an older RTP. Now go down to Ports in Preferences, and I'm going to show you how to manually find your port. Open up Control Panels and go to your Device Manager. In Device Manager, go to Ports, Common LPT, and you'll see USB serial port and a COM number next to it. COM6 is going to be the number that our daemon is on. So choose COM6 in the software and hit OK. To connect for the first time, choose Connect USB, and then it'll say that the daemon has not been set up for NepTune. Would you like to set it up now? Go ahead and hit Yes. It'll disconnect you once it's done updating, and when you choose Connect USB again, this time you'll get connected. Now that we're connected and we have our base map open, we'll want to upload our base map by going to Upload Base Code from the emulator menu. You'll see the status change from updating to connected, and it'll only take just a split second. Now that the base map is uploaded and the ECU is running off of the NepTune code, we can start data logging to set up the data logging parameters. You'll notice that these values start to populate right away. And right now I'm actually using the engine simulator instead of an actual car. If you look at the data window, you'll notice that there's a full list of populated data. Now these items can also be added to the gauge window just by right-clicking. Let's go ahead and add a couple lights to our gauge window. We can do spacers or any of the options that are inputs, outputs, basically on and off. You can set up several of these lights so that you see the information that's important to you. With your base map done and uploaded, you're ready to start the vehicle. You'll notice the gauge window, data window, and the map trace will show you exactly what the vehicle is doing. Now if you've started making changes and the vehicle isn't responding the way you think it should, you may not have live update on yet. In this case, you'd need to go up to Emulator, Update Changes to make the changes take effect. Now to get live tuning going, you just go to Emulator, Live Update, and from now on, every change that you make will be reflected immediately. What I'm doing now is increasing the idle area, and you can see that the emulator status is going from updating to connected. and the fuel value is adjusting to reflect the changes. Since we have a check engine light, let's cover checking codes and clearing codes. Select error codes and you'll be presented with a list of the current codes that are causing a problem. For us, there's actually quite a few. You'll see every individual error code and the description for it. I'm going to disable options to alleviate the codes. Injector test, atmospheric pressure, ELD, and O2 heater. I'm going to disable closed loop. Since I have a non-VTEC ECU, I'm also going to disable VTEC for this example. All of these changes happen in real time since I have live update on, so I can clear the codes, and they're all gone. I can close the error code window, and we're now running code free. Next, let's cover wideband logging on the O2 sensor input. Open up Preferences and go to the Logging tab. There are several settings here that we need to set up for wideband logging. Log airfield above TPS is a percentage. We're going to put 5. The max airfield ratio that you want to see, we're going to put 17 for this example. You'll also need to choose a gas type. We're going to choose 14.7 gasoline. And make sure that you have your O2 wideband input selected. We're using O2 input D14. Next, we choose a wideband. If it's already in the list, we can just select it. Otherwise, you can hit the plus button to add a new one. Double click to rename. We're going to call this one Custom. Next, we need to add voltage breakpoints on the right. For this example, we're going to set 0 volts to 10 to 1 air fuel and 5 volts to 20 to 1 air fuel. You can add as many breakpoints as you need. Now that we're done, we can hit OK to save the setup, and immediately you'll notice the O2 input now shows the correct air fuel. We can also color the gauge based on the air fuel ratio, or based on percentage difference from our target air fuel ratios. Hit OK, and now you'll notice our air fuel gauge is colored. Let's go ahead and switch to our Lambda view. You'll notice the screen is blank other than our map trace. Now, while our minimum TPS and maximum air fuel settings are not met, we will not see any data populated. But once our parameters are met, you'll notice the air fuel is being populated along our map trace. Once you're done viewing the air fuel information, simply clear the view to start over. You can also switch back to the maps to change any area you find a problem. Thanks for watching.